So I'm turning it over to the Microsoft and HP show.
Thank you very much, Susan. It's an absolute pleasure to be at CES this year. For me personally, it's my first time here. A bit overwhelming, but I certainly saw at least one or two items that I wanted to pick up, or at least hopefully my grandparents would buy for me as part of that $60 billion furniture. It's also a pleasure to be joining AARP and HP as sponsors of the Silver Summit. These companies, organizations, along with ours, Microsoft, are really committed to providing not just innovative but accessible technology that helps all of us as we both grow older and expand our digital lifestyle. I have the privilege of leading teams that focus on not just technology that helps the digital lifestyle become easier, but also more safer, which is also a prime focus at Microsoft. If you had the privilege of hearing Steve Ballmer's keynote, one of the things I took away from it was that we're at this wonderful age of much more engagement, much more connectedness. And it seems pretty clear to me that we're also in the forefront of making technology and that digital lifestyle much more accessible. I think that's particularly important considering that over half the PC users today are in the plus 50 age group. And according to Forrester's, by 2012, the number of users in the 65 to 74 age group will double. As you can probably tell, I'm in that, at least the first one of those age groups. Technology is an incredibly important part of my life, not just in terms of business for the company that I work for, but also in terms of my personal life. I have two young adult daughters who grew up with technology. I have a father that found his current wife through online dating, and I have a mother that I just arranged for her first PC no more than 6 months ago, and is now saying, how did she ever live without it? So I expect technology is going to be an increasingly important part of all aspects of my life. But it's very important we think about how we make this technology both easier and safer to use. In fact, the way that we think about safer, easier is really core components of healthier computing and healthy digital lifestyle. We've thought about how to provide these two core access to information on these two core safe and easy to use in the form of so-called one-stop shopping. The shield symbol, as part of Vista and XP, provides access to places where a consumer can make sure their computer is running more securely and provides access to information about how they can have a safer online experience. The ease of access symbol available in Vista provides one-stop shopping to be able to personalize your PC, make it easier to see, hear, touch, feel. This is the way that we thought about providing safe and easier access in a safe and easier way. So why is this so important? Well, if we think about we often talk about technology, but in many respects, it's really the information and the access to the information that is the utility that all of us are getting the potential from. So in some respects, it's true that information has become a currency of value. Unfortunately, it's also become the currency of crime. So particularly the plus 50 group are even more susceptible to incidents of fraud, online identity theft, and other sorts of malicious efforts. There's a number of reasons for this. Part of it is that they have obviously large accumulated assets, often designed to take them through the next part of their life. They're less likely to report incidents. Many of them internet newbies, like my mother, who really doesn't understand that the firewall doesn't really apply to the fire station down the street. They're certainly more trusting, and they're susceptible to things called affinity fraud. You can think about groups, clubs, those sorts of things. These are being targeted by bad actors who are attempting to perpetrate fraud. So this particular age group is very susceptible to that. The way that we've thought about this is how can we make computing much more safer for not just this age group, but all age groups. There's a number of very simple things that you and your customers can do, and I think it's also becoming very important for us, that all of us in the market, this particular segment, to think about ways we can enhance the trustworthiness of their own experience. By simply protecting your computer, making sure it's up to date, running up to date antivirus protection, making sure the firewall is on, are just ways that you can have a very much safer experience and protect yourself from malicious efforts. Protecting your family is increasingly important, whether they're your kids or your grandkids. Taking the time to have discussions about how to have a safe online experience, how to keep information private,